It is Tuesday, February 8th in the NBA, and I'm back with my 5 best picks of the day, including a same-game parlay, so stick around. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's recap a frustrating day, a 1-2 day, ending our streak of 4 straight winning days. Still 13-5 over the last 5 days. Should have been much better yesterday. As our best bet of the day, CP3 ends on the hook with 11 assists. I don't know how many assist chances he had, but I swear he had about 10 chances in that fourth quarter to get that 12th one, but he did not get it done. LaMelo Ball plays 44 minutes, shoots 19 times, just couldn't buy a bucket last night, finishing a couple PRAs short. But when you're down, there's always one guy you can count on. It's probably not this guy, but Julius Randle cashes with ease in the third quarter. Now, we're going to keep going after it. If you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I believe we're about 200 subscribers away from 23,000. So if you hit that, we'll do a subscriber parlay giveaway of some sort. So click that subscribe button down below. Keep smashing that like button. And yesterday I told you guys, I'm going to start posting the plays about an hour early for our COS All-Stars. And man, oh man, a lot of you guys joined the All-Star community. We appreciate you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. If you want to become an All-Star, click the join button on the channel or click the link in the description. You're still going to get the same plays as everyone else. But we get them a little bit early to kind of reduce that line movement that we sometimes see when the videos go live. Now, shout out to our newest All-Stars. And go for it. I'm going to shout you guys every single time out in the new ones in the video. And man, oh man, we got a lot of people. Apologies if I pronounce some names wrong, but here we go. Lousy Purple Yellow Vikings. Severio, Aaron, Dream Club, Hello Go, Salvatore, Chris, Ismail, Mikey, Andrew, Victor, Professor Pedro, Paul, King Trawler, Alexis, Xavier, Vandy Man, Caleb, Matt, Randall, Justin, Gavin, Bal, Fury, Anderson, of One for One, Brian, and Paul. I believe 27 new All-Stars joined the community. Unreal. Like I said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Genuinely mean it. We can't do it without all of you. So thank you guys for showing that support. Last note before we get into it, if you want to hop onto the Caesar Sportsbook bonus offer to have one of the biggest deposit matches I've seen, up to $1,500, just click the first link in the description. Actually, the first link will be the COS All-Star link. Second link will be the one that is like dimers.com/COS Caesars. You'll see exactly what I mean. Great deposit match if you want to take advantage. Also helps us out over here at Calling Our Shot. So I appreciate it. Like I said, best bet. That's the link in the description. Let's hop into it. Waste no more time. Best bet segment. Man, oh man, it's a guy we've already played before. Brandon Ingram taking us over 30.5 points plus assists, -120 on DraftKings. Now look, on Sunday, we talked about this exact same play. We didn't have a play a game at the video when it launched, but I said I was either leaning his points or his points plus assists. We ended up going with just his points. Didn't matter because he cashed it with his points plus assists. He cashed his line with just points alone with 33 points and 12 assists against the same team that they will play today, the Houston Rockets. Now, I don't need to say this, but I'll keep saying it. The Houston Rockets, worst defensive rating in the NBA. They allow the most points per game in the NBA as well. There should be no surprise. The over-under sit 228, 227.5 points. In Ingram's last 3 games versus this Rockets, or in the last 3 games since returning from injury, he's at 30, 35, and 45 points plus assists. Look, you can take his PRA line. Don't really advise that, though. He does not been getting a ton of rebounds, like the points plus assists a whole lot more. If you don't have an individual line, take his assists if it's 5.5, but probably his points is the best bet. Now, his last 2 games, he's at 12 assists in each of them, averaging 20 assist chances, and even Josh Hart returned in that last game. Shout out to Dominic. The team is winning games, and why would you change exactly what's going on? I just don't see why you change the rules. I mean, this team is playing much better as of late. They're going to keep running the ball through Ingram, their best player. The Rockets cannot guard him. Just in this season alone, 45 and 44 points plus assists. Not too shabby if you ask me. Since becoming a Pelican, he's played them 7 times. Here's his points plus assists combined. 45, 44, both the season. 25, 19, 31, 31, and 40. Hitting this in 5 of 7. Sure, he finished on the hook in 2 of those. This is a much different person in Brandon Ingram. He's facilitating the offense. Like I said, 20 assist chances his last 2 games. And look, in the 2 games he actually went under, he only played 28 and 32 minutes and only attempted 13 and 15 shot attempts, compared to 28 and 21 shot attempts this season against this Rockets team. Should have no problem getting wherever he wants on offense, and he should be able to get it done. This Rockets team, like I said, can't guard anyone. Me and 4 other All-Stars could probably score 100 points on this team. They're really bad. But all joking aside, I think he continues this momentum. I think he's really getting into a groove. Right, Brandon Ingram, best bet of the day, over 30.5 points plus assists. Now let's move on. Let's keep this train moving. Going to a guy that needs no introduction, Ice Trey. Trey Young, over 9.5 assists, plus 100 on FanDuel. It's plus 100 on a lot of other books. This should not be plus value, in my opinion. This should be -125, or heck, even to 10.5. Now look, over Trey's last 4 games, 11, 13, 5, and 12 assists. Now you're looking at a 5 assist game. What the heck happened? Now it's against Phoenix Suns. 1, a very good defensive team in terms of limiting assists. Number 2, Yeah, he looked them up for 43 points. He didn't need to pass the ball. But today, I don't think he'll need to score that many points to beat this Indiana Pacers. Over the last 4-game sample size that I just gave you, Trey Young averaged 18.3 assist chances per game. That should be more than enough to cover against the Pacers, one of the worst defenses in the league as well. Trey hit this in 4 straight versus the Pacers with 10, 10, 11, and 14 assists. He's actually scored 30-plus points in those final 3 games. So it's even like if he's hot scoring the ball, he's still hitting the assists too. They've had a lot of trouble defending opposing big men. Pacers really limited. Domantas Sabonis should be back, but they won't be able to stop John Collins and Clint Capella dive into the rim. Look, the reason we're here, though, over the last 7 games, Pacers allowed the most assists per game in the NBA to opposing point guards at 12.38 per game. They've given up a ton of assists to guys that can pass the ball. Stretch that to the last 15 games, the 3rd most assists per game to point guards. Over these last 7 games, we've seen guys like Rajon Rondo have 12 assists, LaMelo Ball 13, Ayo Dosunmu 14 assists, Luka Doncic 12 assists, and even recently Chris Paul 16 assists. This team can't defend opposing point guards, especially the ones that can pass it. And look, Trey Young, one of the best passers in the league, averaging 9.3 assists per game, I believe 3rd in the NBA. Trey Young can easily get it done even if he doesn't play a ton of minutes today and they blow him out. The Hawks are 9.5-point favorites. They won't need Trey Young to score 35 points to win this game. I think he'll be facilitating the ball and getting the ball to his teammates, and they'll be knocking down shots. We're taking Trey Young over 9.5 assists plus 100 value. Now, I'm going to take this brief pause to give you guys my spread pick lean of the day. As you guys know, I don't like picking spreads. That's why I don't count them towards my official record at the moment because, man, it's tough, especially going into the All-Star break. But if I want one, it would be Celtics minus 5.5. Look, you're just going to fade Brooklyn into the ground. This team's been bad. Kyrie Irving out. James Harden's banged up. I just don't know what this team is doing. So I like Celtics. They have been blowing out a couple teams recently, and I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll beat this Brooklyn Nets team pretty easily. But a side note, here's a hinted added play. Mikal Bridges over in points. I'll talk about that maybe at the end of the video. Probably not, but he's from Philadelphia. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the pinned comment down below. Let's keep going. We've got 3 more plays. We're going with Jalen Jackson Jr. over 17.5 points, minus 110 on Caesars. Now, I won't lie to you. This might be the first time JJJ has been and seen the Call on Our Shot channel, but he deserves it because he's been playing like a borderline all-star all season long, really helping this Grizzlies team be who they are. Now, John Morant obviously gets all the name recognition and all the kind of praise, but look, JJJ, they would not be this good without him playing as well as he has. Now, over his last 3 games, 18, 26, and 21 points, hitting the over in all 3 of them. He's attempted 17, 14, and 19 shots against teams that are pretty good at defense in the Sixers and the Knicks. Then you throw in the Magic in there. But look, stretch that over the last 9 games, JJJ hit this over in 7 of them. So his 2 misses were on bad shooting nights when he went 3 for 10 and 4 for 17. Look, I can live with a loss if it's a bad shooting night. Like, I wasn't even mad with LaMelo Ball last night because he played as many minutes as he possibly could and he attempted 19 shots, just couldn't make any of them. But look, in his last 5 games versus the Clippers, whatever they did to him, he's dominated them. Since 2020, he scored 24, 15, 21, 18, and 26 points, hitting the over and all. In 4 of those 5 games, his lone miss was just the game that he played 18 minutes and struggled in foul trouble. He scored 18 and 26 his 2 games versus them this season, and he actually hasn't even shot the ball well in both those 2 games, just 7 for 17 and 7 for 16 from the field, playing less than 30 minutes. I think he plays a little bit more today, and look, I just don't think they have a good enough defense to stop JJJ. Marcus Morris is decent defensively, but he's too small to stop a post hook by JJJ, which is how he normally scores majority of his points. I'm riding with him. I think he gets it done, and we'll ride with his over 17.5 points. Then moving on to my next play, Wendell Carter Jr., double-double, plus 100 on DraftKings. Now, if you want to take an individual line, I lean his over in rebounds. That's about minus 140, and I didn't really want to take that when I could just take this double-double and feel pretty good about it. Now, we look at Wendell. He's taking on the Blazers, and Blazers, yikes, they're kind of blowing up the team as we speak, but you look at the Magic, they've been blown out the past couple games, so that's kind of been hurting Wendell, and that's always a threat. It's the Orlando Magic, but surprisingly, they play much better on the road, which is where they are today. And the Blazers, like I said, aren't that great of a team. Now, over Wendell's last 25 games, he's had a double-double in 12 of them. So, I had a double-double 12, not in 13 of them. Not really the best track record, but most of the time, he gets really close to that double-double, and it's absurd how many times he gets close. In that time span, he's finished 2 or less points or 2 or less rebounds short of a double-double 9 times. So in 21 of 25 games, he's basically got right next to that double-double, just only completing the job in 12 of them. But look, I think he gets it done against Yusuf Nurkic, who they'll need him out there to match up against him. Now, he doesn't really have a track record versus the Blazers, so I can't really say, well, he's had a double-double in 3 straight. He never really played Yusuf Nurkic and the Blazers a whole lot. Played them with the Bulls, but really doesn't have that much of an experience against that guy. But look, over Wendell's last 7 games, he's had a double-double in 3 of them. Double-double in 3 of them. And his 4 misses, 3 of them, he came with 8 or 9 rebounds. 1 game, he finished with 9 points, like on 2 of 10 shooting. Now, I'm not concerned about that. The Blazers don't play a whole lot of defense. Over those last 7 games, Wendell averaged 18.6 rebound chances a game, 6 more than anyone else on the team. Second on the team was Bamba with 12, Cole Anthony then with 10, and then Jalen Suggs with 8.3. Those last 2 guys are going to be out guarding Anthony Simons and CJ McCollum. Over his last 7 games, here's a list of players that have had 15-plus rebound chances against the Blazers and how they've done. We've seen Russell Westbrook, 15-plus rebound chances, 10 rebounds. We've seen Vucevic, 15 rebound chances, 14. Vanderbilt, 19 and 13. Christian Wood, 19 and 15. Josh Giddey, 20 and 12. Cat, 25 and 17. And Anthony Davis, 25 and 15. The opposing bigs have been lining up the rebounds. Even you saw Russell Westbrook get this over as well. They've just been crushing it. I think he gets 10-plus boards pretty easily. And the 10-plus points is like minus 500 on FanDuel. I can live with it if he doesn't get 10-plus points or 10-plus rebounds. I think both those 2 lines are really good. We'll be riding with it. Now, my last play of the day, it's a chalky one. And then we'll talk about one last hint at in the last pick. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 25-plus points. The Greek Freak. And LeBron James, 25-plus points, minus 113, same game parlay. Look, I get it. This is probably the most chalk play I could have made in this video, hence why it's probably last. But look, this is a primetime game on TNT, and let's talk about it. I've been waiting to play this for both these 2 guys once LeBron returned, and Giannis played on the same night, and just so happens they play on the same night together. Now, look, the Bucks are traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Lakers. Bucks are 4.5-point favorites, over under 230.5 points, nationally televised on TNT at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, look at these 2 guys on historic streaks, including with Joel Embiid. If you want to throw Joel Embiid in here on FanDuel, go for it. Now, Giannis scored 25-plus points, 19 straight games. Yeah, 19 is absurd. Well, LeBron James done it in 19 as well. Joel Embiid, I think, done it in 19 or 20 as well. It's the first time 3 guys have ever had a streak of 19. I believe it was 17-plus streaks at the same time. 17-plus 25-point game streaks. Look, LeBron returned last game. Pretend like he didn't have an injury. 40 points, 29 points in a triple-double, not too shabby. And LeBron's last 7 games versus the Bucks, 34, 37, 21, 31, 40, 39, and 30 points, scoring 30-plus in 6 of those 7 games. The 1 game he finished with 21. He had a triple-double, and it was a game Anthony Davis scored 36 points. Look, AD is going to have a lot on his hands guarding Giannis, who just dropped 47 points on his head the last time these 2 teams played. But in Giannis' last 5 versus the Blazers, scored 25-plus points in all of them, scoring 47, 25, 25, 32, and 34 points. It's throwing a lot of numbers at you. I know it's a super chalk play, but it's a nationally televised game on TNT. I think both these guys will go out there and get us 25-plus points. So I'll be riding with them both, 25-plus points, minus 113 on FanDuel. I believe it's minus 115 on DraftKings if you combine them. But that's all we're going to ride with. Those are my 5 official plays. The last one I want to hand at you guys that we'll probably add, check the pin comment down below. Jackson Hayes over in points plus rebounds. Look, with Willie Hernangomez sideline, Hayes has been playing a ton of minutes, and there's no reason to not play him a ton of minutes because he's been playing really well as of late. 26, 13, 33, and 28 points plus rebounds. Not really sure what the line will be. Maybe 14.5 to 16.5. I think it's a great play. We'll see exactly what line we get. Likely won't be until closer to tip-off, but I think it's a really good one, so I wanted to keep you guys posted just in case it does come up late in the day. We'll likely add it, assuming it's not like 19.5. I don't want to take that, but he just had 26 points plus rebounds, really playing really well for this team. Plus, Jonas Valanciunas is the king of foul trouble. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Those additional plays will be linked down below, pinned in the pinned comment section. Appreciate you guys as always. Appreciate all the new All-Stars. Click that join button, click the link in the description if you want to. And last but not least, drop your questions for the podcast. We'll be filming it tonight. But man, oh man, it's been great. It's been a long video. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Man, let's have a great Tuesday, a great slate in the NBA. I'll see you guys live on the live stream tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Let's have a great day, and I appreciate all the new people subscribing. See you guys in the next one. Peace.